I was hit by a car June 20th. You can see it's healing pretty nice, honestly. The lady like hit my hip, my right hip, because she was making a left turn. She didn't see me. That's beside the point. The point here is that like I felt so loved that I remember going to school called like maybe however much later when I started going to work again, and I wanted to cry. Not like because I was sad, but I felt very happy on how like my life is going. Like for context, I was almost hit by a car. I had to like move out of the way and I tore my PCL. I was really shook up by that because coach had just left. I was really struggling in school because like I didn't get my return check, so I couldn't afford food. It was like an amalgamation of all these problems. And none of my peers like came through who go to my school. No one came to my house to be like, Amoy, like, are you fine? And I mean, like, people don't have to, but it was like I was really struggling. I had crutches around campus. I had the Penn Accessibility Transit. To contrast that, it's like people were just coming to my house. Like one of my friends, we were kind of, the thing was going on, but she was my emergency contact. I'm like, girl, I got hit by a car. She came to my house and nothing happened, you know? She got me Chipotle. I never had Chipotle before the time, so that was nice, but that's beside the point. Same thing with my other friend. He literally drove 45 minutes from his workplace to be like, Omoye, and he picked me up and everything. And then the other friend too, from board game night, because that's how I know them, through board game, to come and put me in the car, and they got me food, and they got me all this gauze. Like, so many of my friends were coming through, and people were like, oh, are you okay, Omoye? Omoye, are you okay? And even my parents came through, right? Which didn't happen when this happened in October. And it was like a really good feeling because in a way, again, this could be a lot of copium, it was almost like a benchmark for how much has changed in that October time. Like October, I was still doing track, I was really stressed out, but now it's different. Like I feel like almost I liken it to when you prune a tree, or let me say basil. I used to grow basil back in year 7, and like it would grow really tall, but one day the teacher was like, oh, you need to like cut it off the top so that the sides can grow, something like that, right? And I think I liken that, unfortunately, to my experience doing track in uni, where I had devoted so much time in uni, but the thighs were not growing as much. So then when I tore my PCL, I really couldn't do the track anymore. I had time to devote to other things, especially my relationship with people. And I think like having these people rally around was a testament to that. And it's weird because like oftentimes like I don't ask people for help. I really, that's like my thing where I'm like, I'm working on it because I know that's not good, this hyper independence. But for people to still come through without me asking like, hey, I'm really struggling, can you come through? Because I know that when I tore my PCL, that's when like, because that was horrible, like months on months. Like right now, I'm very thankful to God, say that I can walk, you know, I don't have crutches or whatever. But that time I had crutches, like my building is like not accessible. So that was really difficult. But to wrap this up, I just want to say that it almost reminds me of that, this is again a rant, but that parable, I think of this Chinese farmer where it's like, oh, you have horses, that's so good. And then the horse runs away, it's like, oh, your horse left, that's so bad. And every time the farmer's like, maybe. Then one day the horse comes with all these other horses and it's like, oh wow, the horse brought all these other horses. I think that's how it goes. And it's like, oh wow, that's great. And then the farmer's like, I don't know, maybe. And then the horse like breaks his son's leg, and then everyone's like, oh my god, that's so bad. And then the farmer's like, I don't know, maybe. And then because the son's leg is broken, he can't be drafted in the army, and like, oh my god, so good. And then it ends off with him saying maybe. So I feel like that's how I feel right now, because I know when everything with track happened, I was very devastated, to say the least. And obviously things leading up to that too. But, and again, like I still feel that sense of loss. But in all honesty, it's like where I am now, the position I am in now, I would not have been able to achieve that had I still been track. And that is like I don't know if I can even qualify it as sad, right? But no, yeah, it's just me getting hit by a car showing that I'm loved by people, and I'm very happy by what God has done in my life, especially when it comes to developing relationships with other people, because I know something I've always struggled with. So yeah, thank you.